If you make 2 straight videos where you say a game is do or die, and the Red Wings don't win them both, it would feel fairly dishonest not to make a video acknowledging that the season may well be over. A terrible start by the team once again, an inability to get going when it counted, and a divisional loss put Detroit in a spot where they likely need to win 7 of their final 11 games, and right now that just doesn't seem like something they're going to be able to pull off. This is your 7-Minute Wings. Welcome back to the Red Wings Report with Strings and Pucks. This is Jeremy Laura. If you haven't yet, please click like and subscribe. It's been awesome to see this channel grow. I broke this off of my regular channel about a year ago. Because of you guys, it's at about 1,700 subs, and that's an amazing year for me. I'm just a small YouTuber, and I appreciate every one of you so much. So I'm going to start with the Griffins. And that's the reel that I'm playing. So the Griffins had another rough night. Grand Rapids had Sandin Pellikka on the blue line, and early on it seemed to pay off as ASP had an absolutely beautiful goal. This is his game, the way he can walk with the puck. He skates right to center ice and just shoots it home. It gets all the way through. You should be seeing that goal on the replay. I absolutely love the skill set that ASP has, and I think he's going to be something special in the NHL. Looks like he's going to finish off his season in the AHL, and Grand Rapids, they could have a really good postseason. This game was tough. Grand Rapids had the lead 4 times. Milwaukee never led in this game, but they win 5-4 in overtime. If you haven't followed the Griffins for a couple of years, this one has other implications that they talked about. The upcoming postseason, the Griffins are in a bad stretch, finishing off the season. Milwaukee is a team that kicked Grand Rapids out of the postseason a couple years ago when the team looked really good and you thought they had a real shot to go deep. Milwaukee ended up winning that series, and right now, if Nashville doesn't make the playoffs, the Admirals are going to get a lot of talent back on their roster. So in the postseason, the Griffins, after a fantastic year, could end up facing a similar fate because Milwaukee, who kind of just survived the regular season, is really hot right now, and they're going to get reinforcements. So this was a tough game to watch, and hopefully the team can start putting together some wins because they've had a rough stretch. Sandin Pellikka looked good. Branzig Nygaard returned to the roster. Those 2 guys, they need this time in the AHL. Just frankly, they do. At the wrong time, the Griffins are really starting to struggle. Over to the Red Wings, because that's really the story. The Detroit Red Wings have 84 points. They have 11 games left, and we've been talking about a goal of 98 points. For Detroit to get 98 points, they need to win 7 of their final 11 games. Honestly, I would so much rather be talking about the positives in that game, where at the end, Moritz Seider stops an empty net goal. The crowd went nuts for that. They loved the effort. Alex DeBrincat is the one that ends up dropping the gloves after Zub does another dirty hit on Larkin. He stands up for his captain. I'm still looking for the rest of the team to follow suit. Dominic Shine scores his 3rd NHL goal. And Dylan Larkin is 1 goal away from 30 for a 5th consecutive season, even after coming back early from an injury. Ottawa is just a better team. They just hadn't had good goaltending all year. The Boston Bruins, they have stunned everybody. This was supposed to be a rebuild year. We expected Montreal to be up there. We did not expect Buffalo to be doing as well as they're doing, and that's the next team that you play. I really strive to not be yelling and shouting every time things don't go well for the Red Wings, but today I'd be lying if I didn't say I was incredibly disappointed because it feels like we're going to be talking about 4 games in particular when we get to the summer. So right now, the Red Wings are on a course to miss the playoffs. Yes, they're only 1 point behind Ottawa, but between Detroit and Ottawa are the Islanders. You would need Boston to fall off or Ottawa to fall off and the Islanders to fall off to get in. Your destiny is no longer in your hands. And just the way these teams are playing right now, it doesn't feel like that's going to happen. I started writing about the Red Wings in 2019. The other writer at Hockey Buzz had had enough. The team had frustrated him to death. He's gone on. He's done incredibly well for himself. When I took the job, I couldn't believe someone would quit writing. And now 7 years later, I've never written about a postseason game. And it is deeply frustrating. 7 straight years writing for the team that I love, just about a year on YouTube talking about it, and I've never talked about a postseason game yet. The only other writer that could say that was the writer for Buffalo. Everyone else, it seems like, has had something more positive in the past 7 years to write about. I do really want to hear from you on this. Detroit would need to go on a 7-game winning streak, essentially, or at least patch together that many wins in the final 11. That feels highly unlikely. Unless somebody falls off ahead of them, we've watched the team slip out of playoff contention, and that seems likely the case of where they're going to stay, because you're facing Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and Philadelphia next. You would honestly need to win all 3 of those to stay in contention, because these divisional 4-point games, they do a lot more than just push 2 points in the standings. You pushed yourself to the back of the pack right now, and it's going to be very difficult to get back in. This was your 7-Minute Wings.